92, serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love being here and bringing you the happenings in the community. Now, I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to talk a lot about insurance and how you can keep yourself protected, but it is also National Wine Day today, and this seems like a great holiday to celebrate and be sustainable in. We're also going to be chatting with a survival expert, but Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! HBCU! Black College Quiz! HBCU! Black College Quiz! HBCU! Yeah, man.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives. And our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging on to our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
Knowledge is power, and especially if you are maybe someone who's hiring for a new position or you're someone who wants to be hired for a new position. Well, I've been lucky enough to sit down and chat with recruiter guy Bill Humbert, who's an expert in this space. So let's see what knowledge he can bestow upon you. Are you in the market for a new job? Well, your biggest stunt factor could be your own resume, and we've got recruiter guy Bill Humbert here to talk us through on how you can improve your resume. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Maddie. It's great to see you.
It's so great to see you, and it's always so great to have some of your expert knowledge shared with us, so that way if any of us are in the market for a new job, you're going to give us all the right tips and tricks to find that job that's going to fit with our lifestyle perfectly.
That's correct. We're going to rip into it. You know, what I've found is that many people fret over their resumes during their job search. And as a leading talent attraction consultant with over 40 years of experience, I have read over 400,000 resumes. And over those years, I've read the great, the good, and the truly terrible resumes.
Now, it's important that people don't have that truly terrible resume. So what are some of the things that people should make sure are in their resume?
From a structure perspective, it's important to put your name and contact information at the top of the resume. Now, over the years, you can imagine, I've had several candidates not put their contact or even their name on the top of the resume, and I'm going, wow, this person has great experience, but I don't know who they are. So make sure your name and contact information right at the top, and I like to see them centered, and then followed by a 4 to 5 sentence summary of your experience with some metrics of the accomplishments that you've made. When you write a resume, drop the pronouns and begin sentences with action verbs and put them in the past tense, even your current job. And then write your responsibilities in a paragraph format and then bullet point your accomplishments. And again, it's best to have metrics because that demonstrates the impact. And then finally, put in your college education if you have a college education. If not, if you have different certifications, put them at the end.
Now, what are many of the mistakes that most people make as they're writing their resumes?
Most people do not understand that they need to end up having one base resume and then building another resume off of that functional first resume, that base resume, and tailor it to the wording in the job description. Otherwise, what will happen is the applicant tracking system will just throw you out. So use the same words that the job description has to describe what it is that you're doing. And if you do that, you're speaking their language. And speaking your language will keep your resume from getting screened out by the applicant tracking system.
Which is really important, and especially now as we've got different technologies that can go through, read your resume, get through it very quickly. Those buzzwords that you do see the job or the employer using are really important for you to focus on.
Exactly. You know, a lot of applicant tracking system companies say they use artificial intelligence to select the candidates, but truly it's just a keyword search, so I call it artificial intelligence.
Which is just one step that you have to make it through to be able to get that job. Now, you've got a great book out. It's called Expect Success. This book talks about why it's important to list your accomplishments. Now, why is it important that you give people your list of accomplishments as you're applying for a job?
So accomplishments define you as a candidate. And unless you list your accomplishments, preferably with the metrics that demonstrate the impact, your accomplishments probably will not be included in the interview, because the manager typically goes right down through your resume while they're interviewing you.
And they're going to bring those accomplishments up. They're going to expand on them. They're going to talk about them a little bit. But if you're uncomfortable to bring those up in the interview, it's best that they're on your resume.
Absolutely. And it's, you see some people that, well, I don't want to brag. Well, now's the time to brag. Brag now, because that's how you're going to get the job.
And all of these tips and tricks will help people find that perfect career for them, because there are so many different tools to use out there. Now, if someone wants you to maybe help them build a resume, is that a service that you offer?
I offer coaching, and so the job search mirrors, and I know people are going to love to hear this, the job search mirrors the sales process perfectly. And, if you pick up Expect Success, the science of the over 50 career search, it doesn't matter your age. It's good for everybody. I just hit a niche. So pick that book up, and it'll give you a lot of tips. But if you want actual coaching, just go to recruiterguy.com. And above the fold, there's a red banner that says Speak with Bill. Pick a time that fits your calendar, and we'll have a conversation, and, you can decide whether you want my coaching or not.
And if you had one final conclusion that you would like to bring to people's attention as we wrap up this interview, what is that piece?
Accomplishments listed on your resume demonstrate your strength as a candidate. And that's what attracts people.
Well, I was going to let that be the final question, but as people are going through and deciding what their accomplishments are and what they would like to list, how do they narrow it down to pick the best few for their resume?
Just go to the job description and see what the job description says that they require. That's one way. The second way, if you've networked your way in, talk to the person who introduced you to the manager and say, what do you think that manager's major issues are that I may be able to help? And boy, that way you can just dial right into exactly what they need.
Bill, you always have the best advice for people who are either searching for the perfect candidate or people who are the perfect candidate searching for the perfect job. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this great information.
Thank you, Maddie. It was great chatting with you.
Make sure that you go to recruiterguy.com. That way you can get some time with Bill, you can pick his brain, and you can get even more of his knowledge, because he is a fantastic coach. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
Songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher, making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise. and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Taking care of your body is so important, and we're going to introduce you to a great holistic nutritionist, Laura Heflin. That way you can start making those steps to really love your body and give it exactly what it needs. So let's hear what she has to say.
You know, health is so important, including so many different ways to take care of it. And that's from an internal perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a mental perspective, and from a physical perspective. Joining me today on the couch is certified holistic nutritionist Laura Heflin, who's here to share all about the things that she does, plus to give a little bit of insight to her own story. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So very exciting stuff. You are an author, a podcast host, plus you also create recipes and coach people through their holistic health journey. So tell me about how you got started.
Wow, my journey started way back at the age of 19. I was battling an eating disorder, and I found myself actually at one point quite sick. So I had put my body through a lot of havoc, a lot of deprivation, a lot of over-exercising. Honestly, at the time, it wasn't anything to do with my health. It was strictly about the number on the scale. So over time, my body started rebelling, and I started having really nasty symptoms. You know, I had my hair thinning, I had joint pain, I was covered in psoriasis, crazy hormonal imbalances, and it was really the point in my life when I realized that if I kept going that direction, I was going to spiral and get to a place where I couldn't show up for my life. So I knew at the time I had to make a choice to continue spiraling or turn the other way. I didn't know where to turn though, and so I think, like many of us, I went on over to Dr. Google, and
Dr. Google, it's so true.
And I really remember the day I typed in the phrase or the question, what does a woman need to eat in order to thrive, in order to be healthy? And again, I didn't know where to turn, so Google was my answer at the time. And over time, as I was researching, and ironically, since I wasn't researching dieting or losing weight, I was researching health. What kept coming back to me was the medicinal powers behind eating real whole foods, like our ancestors used to eat, you know, from nature. And I think in our culture, we've just overcomplicated it so much. And I found it intriguing, like that these foods I was being told they could heal me. So I had nowhere else to turn. And so that's what I did. I started slowly but surely incorporating these real whole foods into my diet. And after a few months, I started noticing my hair got thicker, my energy returned, my hormones balanced. And it was that moment that really my epiphany was the time in my life where I found healing through whole foods. And it was simple. And my husband was watching this on the sidelines, and he said, you are so passionate about this. You're in the kitchen, you're making recipes, you're so fired up about life, and you're so healthy now. Why don't you go get certified and help someone else?
That's great.
That's really backstory.
Well, you said people overcomplicate it, and that is the absolute truth. And especially for, listening to your story, how young you were going through those things, and how we just make things so hard as a society to be healthy, and you've got to do X, Y, Z, and this and that. We're not meant to make things too complicated.
And I think if it's not complicated enough, we think we've got it wrong.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. So talk to me a little bit about how you help patients. How many patients have you helped? You've been doing this for over 13 years now.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
So, wow, thousands of clients, honestly, at this point, and from all different walks of life. I mean, I've worked with teen girls up to 80-year-old clients as well. And I love my job because we're all on a different journey, but there is a way that we can cultivate health. And sometimes you just need the guidance. You just need someone to sit with you and say, hey, I can help you. I can make this applicable to your life. Let's come up with a meal plan. Let's ask your body questions and see what food your body's asking for, because we're not all the same. And that's, again, one thing with our dieting culture. We throw everyone into one big bucket where really, we need to tune into our bodies and ask questions.
It's true. It's so important. Now, I was kind of reading through some of your principles, and you do a lot on intuitive eating. Can you give me a little bit of explanation around what that is?
Absolutely. And that was a huge part of my healing journey. So asking our body questions, what you might be able to eat, my body might not be able to handle, and vice versa. And I think we have become so tuned out to our bodies in our culture that we're almost waiting for a diet trend or someone else to tell us what to do. But what we've lost the art of doing is asking our body questions. What is my body speaking to me and saying it needs? If I'm craving a sweet potato, there's probably something in that sweet potato my body's craving and needing. And we need to throw out the macros. We need to throw out the points, throw out this idea that any food group is bad or harmful. We just need to focus on eating the right forms and asking daily, like, what is my body craving? What is it needing? And the more we do that, it's beautiful to see that we can all heal. We can reach optimal health.
That's great. So you're an author, but you most recently have started a podcast. So you've got over 70 episodes of it. So tell me about your podcast.
Well, just recorded episode 82 last week. Very excited. So I call it my third baby, and it's my most recent project. It's 18 months old, and it's the Live Healthy with Laura podcast. You can find it on Apple, Anchor, Spotify, and really my podcast is for everyone. I have to say, it's for the busy CEO. It's for the busy working mom that's driving to and from soccer practice, that's just looking for a way to, plug in for a few minutes a week and just gain some tools, some tips, some tricks on how to better care for their bodies. And again, I try to keep, it's so complicated in our culture, I try to simplify it. And so people can say, wow, I could do that. I could do that. I could pick up on this. Also, I have some amazing guests. But yeah, I really try to just reach everyone in a different way. Every episode, I think, can offer everyone something. And yeah, so
I love that. So you've got 82 episodes now. That's great.
Yeah, it's not aired yet, but yes, I recorded that.
Well, can't wait to hear that, and it drops weekly, right?
Yeah, every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It would be 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I really, truly love it. It's my passion. It's my project. When I've written my books, I've loved writing, but I love that I get to speak honestly and openly about whatever I'm passionate about. It's really an amazing platform. I'm very grateful.
That's true. Well, so not only are you focusing on the nutrition piece of it, but you've written 3 books. I'm so excited. Live Healthy with Laura. That's got 10 lifestyle principles, 30 recipes, which I'm very excited about because we're hopping in the kitchen shortly.
Excited.
And then you've got a couple of others on mental health as well as specifically focused on mothers. So, you love to write. What made you inspired to write these 3 books?
Probably the same mission behind my podcast. I just think that our culture has taught us that we have to accept a way of life that I don't believe we have to accept. I don't believe that we need to accept feeling okay, or I don't believe we need to accept pain or depression or inflammation or gut issues. I think that through all of these books and my podcast, I really just want to empower the audience to ask questions, to push back in our culture, in a culture that's told us to lay flat and accept a diagnosis or accept a way of life. I really want everyone to know they're allowed to ask questions, and they're allowed to ask the question why. So with mental health, with postpartum depression, with joint pain, right? Whatever it is. For instance, we can ask the question why as, one example would be like, I have this joint pain, right? But I want to know why. What is the root cause of my joint pain, of my postpartum depression, of whatever I'm dealing with? And what is the root cause? What can I do? What is my body lacking that it needs right now that I can give it in order to help it thrive, in order to help it recalibrate? And again, I think that if we can just ask those questions and get to the root cause, which is what Eastern medicine and the holistic world believes, that there's a root cause, we can find healing and we all can thrive. And we all deserve to live a full life.
Well, it's true. And holistic nutrition, I think, is the best way to say it. But you're a holistic health coach. It was how I would love to say it.
Yeah.
And it is all interconnected from a mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So very exciting. I'm so excited to get into the kitchen with you after the commercial break, because we are going to do one of the great recipes from your Live Healthy with Laura cookbook.
All whole food based and chocolate for any chocolate lovers out there.
I love chocolate, so I can't wait. Now stay tuned. We are going to hop in the kitchen after this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tvavail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson, trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
changing your diet can be hard, and especially if you're someone like me who doesn't love to cook. Well, we're going to step into the kitchen with Laura, who's going to give us one of the great recipes from her cookbook to maybe help inspire you and I to start cooking a little healthier. So let's see what she's making.
And we just had a very informative segment right before the commercial break with Laura Heflin, certified nutritionist. So very exciting. She's got a cookbook called Live Healthy with Laura, and we are making the chocolate avocado mousse from her book.
Yes.
So can't wait. Kevin and I are usually in the kitchen.
I know, making a
sharing the
mess. Just
recipes.
it's a disaster, but we've got a professional.
We do. We've got Laura here to show us this awesome avocado chocolate mousse. So
Yes.
very
Okay.
exciting.
So the ingredients are simple. That's the beauty of this recipe and all my recipes. They're whole food based. We don't count calories. We're not counting points. We're just eating real food like our ancestors used to eat, right? So we're going to start with.
I had horrible ancestors. They did not eat good at all. So this right here is going deep with me.
Do you want to be the avocado?
I'm the avocado guy.
Avocado.
Okay.
So this is great. You can literally all you need is a blender.
Yes, it's 6 ingredients. So this is, in a sense, if you love chocolate pudding, this is chocolate pudding. My kids love this. We love this. I actually created this recipe when I was pregnant with my son. And so just to go through the ingredients real quick, we have avocados, which are an amazing source of monounsaturated fat. Fats are so healthy for us, and we need to not shy away from them. Then we've got our cinnamon here, and this is incredible for diabetics. This actually stabilizes their blood sugar. Just fun fact, any recipe that you sprinkle cinnamon on will lower the glycemic index of that recipe or that whatever you're making, whatever dessert. So that's incredible, and it's loaded with fiber. This is monk fruit. This is a fruit in Asia, and this is basically it's a 0-calorie sweetener, and it's all natural, and so it's also amazing for diabetics. We got bananas, like I said, cacao. And cacao, for those that don't know, is not cocoa powder. So this is cacao. This is the raw cocoa bean. Has 40 times the antioxidants of blueberries. And it's loaded with fiber. And so it's great. It boosts your iron.
So
Tastes wonderful too.
Yeah, it does. So are you telling me I don't need to eat blueberries and I can just eat cacao powder? I love chocolate.
If you want, you can load up on this. I do. I have this in all kinds of recipes. Okay, so we got the avocado. You did great. Thank you.
Did I?
You
Kevin
did great.
is the expert avocado. He's the expert chopper on the show.
I'm going to put you to work.
Okay, I got all these.
So I'm going to, all right, and then do you want to dump?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm going to peel.
This is so much fun. Usually I'm the one telling people what to do in the kitchen. So I love that I am the one being told what to do this time.
So it's simple. And bananas. I forgot about the bananas. Bananas are a great source of potassium. They also boost our serotonin. So winter blues, no more.
No more.
I'm going to just dump it in.
Be happy.
As you see,
Eat a banana.
That is so
you do
easy.
not have to have confidence in the kitchen to do this recipe. You can do it with your 4-year-old. It is so easy. And like I said, it tastes really, really good. And it goes in the fridge. It can be chilled for up to a week.
Okay.
So, whoop. Okay,
That's great. So it lasts for about a week.
It lasts for about a week. You can have it as a snack. You can have it for breakfast with a cup of coffee. It is fantastic for you.
Well, we haven't had breakfast yet on the show, so
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is breakfast.
You've not had breakfast. Well, we're going to talk after this episode, okay?
Uh-oh. You just set yourself
I think I just
up,
got in
Kim.
trouble.
Yeah.
You've not had breakfast either?
Yes, I did. I just don't want to get the lecture.
Kevin, we can't talk about our habits.
No.
Our morning
Okay.
habits. Great.
So,
got it in
all
there.
right.
Awesome.
And sometimes we get the seeds in there, and it is what it is.
Hey, it's all natural.
It's all fiber.
All
Yeah.
fiber.
Yeah. But I created this recipe years ago just because who doesn't love pudding in a cup, right?
I love pudding in a cup.
Yeah. And I have had a lot of clients say, well, I don't like avocados, Laura, so how would I don't know if I want to make this recipe. Here's the fun part. You don't taste the avocados.
Good.
You don't taste them. I promise you don't.
What about the banana? Can you taste the banana in the recipe?
Oh, no. Do you not like banana?
She loves it.
I
She
know,
loves
I
it.
don't mind it. But
She's like a monkey.
it's not my preferred fruit.
Okay, so I think you can taste it a little bit, but it's not overpowering. I would say, and just for you, we're going to add more cacao to this recipe, so
I
you
said that
don't,
intentionally.
taste it as much. Okay, and again, I think one reason people avoid the kitchen is they're just intimidated. They don't think that they know what to do, and it's again comes down to simple ingredients. Did we do 3 bananas? Or
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
We got an extra one.
Great.
And all right, now we're gonna do
Save that
cacao.
for Kim.
Oh, what am I doing? Can you actually? I should have all my recipes memorized, but I have too many.
Yes.
Can you? We're gonna go on. Okay, over to page, and you can get all my books wherever books are sold. But this guy,
So Amazon,
Amazon, Barnes and Noble,
Right there.
page 103. We got the avocado mousse. Okay, and so we did the 3 bananas, 3 avocados. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon.
Awesome.
Okay, and again, this is amazing to lower the glycemic index of any meal, any recipe. Let's see, that's 1/4 teaspoon.
Laura, as I look through all the recipes in this book, it's all just natural, whole foods.
Yeah, you're not going to
Amazing.
find calories. I won't tell you the calories because I don't know the calories of my own recipes. We're just eating real whole foods. And we're not, the thing with calories, you guys, is it's not a math equation, it's a chemistry equation.
Okay.
So, for instance, if we were to have the same amount of calories in potato chips, our body would completely treat this recipe or treat those calories from the potato chips differently. Our body can use this. It can utilize it and lose it. And this keeps us feeling amazing, right? It does so much for our body. And so we're boosting our antioxidants, we're boosting our energy. And now we can do that, or it doesn't matter, whatever.
Whatever you want.
The order really doesn't matter.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I think we're at...
Kevin's so excited.
Sorry,
I
you
can
wanna-
smell
Yeah.
the cinnamon coming
Yeah.
from this
Oh, no,
blender
do you
right
not
now.
like cinnamon?
No, I love cinnamon. So you mentioned it
So we
earlier.
have 1/3
1/3 cup of coconut milk.
Yep.
So all my recipes are dairy-free, minus like 2 of them. 2 of them, whoop!
I got
2
it.
of them have a little bit of goat's cheese, but overall, it's not.
love
Most of
goat's
mine are.
cheese.
Yeah, most of mine are dairy-free. And then the last thing we're gonna add, the last 2 things are these guys. So we're gonna do our monk fruit.
Yep.
1 teaspoon.
Now, do you have to specifically measure the monk fruit out, or can you kind of eyeball it?
I would do it. I would measure it out, but here's the beauty of a recipe. You can't take away, but you can always add.
Yeah.
So if you find that you're making this recipe and you're like, oh, I want to add more chocolate, which is what we're going to do today because for the
Right.
sake of Valentine's Day.
Let's all be sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to do the 4 right. It's typically 4 tablespoons, but we're going to do, what do you guys want to do, 5 or 6?
Let's do 5 or 6.
Okay.
I love more chocolate.
You cannot.
5.5. Let's just
Let's
meet
do
in the middle.
5.5. Do you like chocolate?
I love chocolate.
Okay.
So
Yes.
Good.
more the better.
So
That's great. So with this monk fruit sweetener, while you're putting in the cacao powder, so you can buy this in powder
any
form,
powder
or
form
liquid. I love
or
this
liquid. I drop that in my coffee. That's in my coffee every morning. It's in all of my recipes. It's a way to sweeten your food without adding, again, I don't care about calories, but without adding empty calories.
Sure.
Refined sugar is very inflammatory. And this is, again, it's from a fruit in Asia. And I lost count. Am I at?
Let's just add one more.
Okay, we're gonna add one more.
Who's counting?
Add all the chocolate, in my opinion.
Let's just dump the bag. Okay.
I don't even know what day it is.
no.
So let's.
So sometimes, okay, we're gonna mix it up and we're gonna see. These avocados were huge. We might need to add a little more coconut milk, but that's the beauty of this recipe is
I love that.
we're just gonna play with it.
Kitchen noises. Here we go. We're blending. 3, 2, 1. Let's go on medium. It's looking good, sounding good.
Oh yeah.
We got our spoons.
All right, let's see what this looks like. Probably could blend it a little bit more.
Yeah,
add a little
let me
more
see.
coconut milk.
So, yep. So because these bananas were big and the avocados were big, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna even measure it. I'm not gonna even
I'll let
measure
you
it. I'm
go,
just gonna
Laura.
okay. So
Just the holder.
and we're gonna play with
looks
it.
so good.
I play in the kitchen every Sunday. I'm in
Good.
the kitchen. I just have fun with it, and that's the beauty. Cooking is very relaxing, actually. I think it's fun just to
It is
just to
therapeutic.
toss
Yeah.
and taste. Yeah.
All right, let's blend some more. So what is, well, kitchen noises. What is the consistency that we're looking
So
for?
we're looking for putting in a cup consistency, like the pudding that we all had in our lunches when we were 5
looks
years
great.
old. All right, so I'm gonna tell you real quick if we're good.
All right, here we go.
Looks great.
It's good. We're gonna, because you don't love bananas, we're gonna add a little more monk fruit because these bananas were really big.
They
Great.
were.
I want to make
Big
you happy.
avocados, big bananas.
All right, blend that up.
I got it.
Getting
Blend it up.
crazy this morning.
And then I think we're
Oversized fruits.
You know, it's a running joke with my family about my distaste in bananas, but I like recipes that we throw them in. So this is going to be delicious. I can't wait to
good.
try
I
it.
hope so.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And it's better chilled, so it tastes better
Got it.
chilled. But
And It probably sets up a little more too when it.
Yeah, it does.
It looks great.
So we're gonna go ahead and disperse.
Can't wait to try it. So
we have a spoon? Oh.
We've got a spatula here. This
Okay.
is great. I'm gonna pull out the blade because danger in the kitchen. So this is great. It's very much like a cake batter, like pudding consistency.
Yeah.
And then if you really wanted it to solidify a little bit more, you just put it in the fridge.
Yeah. So you stick it in the fridge, and again, you probably can't tell, but it looks like pudding.
It looks great.
So all right, we're gonna.
It smells like pudding.
Actually, I'm just gonna dump.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
And it looks
Look
like
at that
pudding.
consistency.
Okay.
It's nice and light.
It looks like pudding. I forgot my raspberry garnish. I apologize. I will tell you right now, my sister's watching, and so she's the one who stages all my food, and she is dying
It's
right
so
now.
nice. You remember to mention your sister.
And my
'cause
sister-in-law
somebody
takes all
else
my pictures.
doesn't remember.
So I will tell you,
to mention their
my
siblings on
passion is for the
TV.
cooking. It's not for the beauty of it, like the aftermath. Is I have a team for that. I'm very blessed with my sister and sister-in-law. So hopefully they're.
It takes a village to make things happen.
It takes a
right?
village. Okay, hold
It
on.
really
I don't want you eating after me. All right. Now, all right. I'm sorry if you don't love bananas.
Oh, it looks delicious. I think this recipe is going to be absolutely incredible, so I cannot wait to try it.
All
Awesome.
right, should we cheers?
We should cheers. Laura, great to have you in the kitchen. Thanks for
you.
joining us. Cannot wait to taste this pudding.
Let's see.
Everybody at once, so we can't talk. I'll
It's
keep
good,
talking
right?
while you. How is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. Very delicious. And then you just pop it in the fridge. If
Pop
you
it in the
wanted
fridge. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I love it. And
Oh.
again, it's fantastic for kids, diabetics, whoever you are. They don't know the avocados are in there. You
That
just-
is pudding.
It
It's
is.
pudding.
And
it's
it's
pudding.
sweet, and it's
you
delicious.
ate so many superfoods in one recipe, 6 ingredients. So
I feel
yeah.
healthier already.
Live Healthy with Laura to find the recipe.
Yes.
Anywhere books are sold, you can
And
hop on her website.
The podcast, the Live Healthy with Laura podcast, I do a deep dive on how to cook in the kitchen as well.
That's
for
great.
those that need the confidence.
Well, Laura, love having you
Thanks
here.
for
It's so
having
great
me.
to see friends and family that are
I
paying attention,
know.
watching you take care of your community and others
Yeah.
around you. So really great stuff. Now head over to Laura's website, livehealthywithlaura.com, and her podcast. You can get all of her books, all of her recipes there, but we'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunities of points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Ooh. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
The Chat Box is a great podcast and TV show that we like to put on and show you some funny people that we have here in our community. Well, we had one of the co-hosts, Jen, sit down on the couch with our very own Danielle Turner to give us some more information about a great upcoming episode that I might be a part of too. So make sure that you stay tuned for the interview.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're having all kinds of fun today on the show. And I've got Jen and Danielle sitting next to me to talk a little bit about Chat Box Vail, exactly what it is, and where we can go experience this Chat Box Vail. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are we doing?
We're good.
Well, let's chat box it, shall we?
Absolutely.
Well, tell me, what is Chat Box Vail?
Jen, you want to start?
Yeah, so Chatbox Vail is a podcast that Liz Farron and I started. It's actually the brainchild of Liz Farron, which started up that we really wanted to talk about mental health and how it affects the Valley, and really kind of highlight people of our community, members of our community that really make a big effort and contribution to creating positive mental health in the Valley.
Yeah, the sad reality is here in the Valley, our small little valley, there's a lot of depression. There's a lot of mental health issues that are coming our way, and to have more resources to help people through that, and I guess break against that stigma of, oh, you shouldn't ask for that, or how do I ask for that, or where can I go? It's a great opportunity to do that.
Absolutely, and I think because we are small, it can feel very isolating when you don't have the right resources, and so it's, for our goal is to really just plug, our viewers into the mental health resources and people that are doing really cool and exciting things to benefit mental health in fun ways.
Well, let's get into that podcast series a little bit. What are some of the topics that are isolated on each one of the series?
It depends. We really kind of comb through our community to find people that are doing anything interesting in the space. So we've had a hypnotist on we've had people who have written books about, bipolar and just their experience with mental health issues. We've talked about microdosing mushrooms for mental health benefits. And really it's just, it's anybody that, it's kind of finding the different ways that people connect to mental health in the Valley, and how we can spread that, and create and build a larger community with our community through positive mental health ways.
Got it. So how long has Chat Box Vail been in conception? When did it start? How are we doing so far? How many followers?
We started in January of this year, and we started on radio, and then lovely Danielle has brought us to TV8, so we've been, I think for a month or two, we've been 2 months.
Wow.
We've been broadcasting our podcast from the studio live. It's on YouTube and Spotify. I'm not sure what our stats are right now. We, I think, are more excited about our guests and connecting with them, and at this point,
And with such an important topic that really I think all of us have run into directly or indirectly, where do you see the vision of Chat Box Vail going?
I think we really just want to be a platform for the community to reach out. It's more kind of a community outreach to make people feel safe and heard and seen. And to know that they're not alone, and that we are a community. We are small, but we don't need to be isolated. We can reach out to each other. We can build and grow. And it would be, I think ideally it'd be fun to have events, celebrating mental health where we actually are meeting in person and really connecting with people.
Yeah, you mentioned that meeting in person. I think, when COVID started and that isolation process started, many people working from home, now a lot of employers are requiring people to go back into the office. And what a big transformation that is.
Absolutely.
Creating a lot of stress, a lot of, that socializing, forcing them back into that. And there's not like a little steps getting back into it. It's like, now. And that is really creating a lot. And I know seeing in our industry a lot of, salespeople, things like that, and here in the Valley with the hospitality, it's bringing people back into that workplace, which is a lot of anxiety and
Absolutely.
things going along with it.
That's true, and I think in some cases, people do thrive on that social aspect. Especially coming out of COVID, where I think we all, we're stuck in the house and feeling trapped and feeling isolated. And so, I think it has that. It's the double-edged sword where it's like, yes, we have to go back in the office and, put on some work clothes. But I also think, in some cases, sometimes that's yoga pants. Like,
a lot of naked workers at home right now. Just so everybody
or maybe
knows.
half, right? It's as far as the camera can see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, what we lost through COVID was just that connection with people and being in each other's energy and space. And I think that, even just, getting a platform to do it through TV is to show people that, we are here and we care, like, is one thing, but like also, just being face to face and person to person. So I think, even if it's in a work setting, can sometimes have positive health benefits as well.
Well, great information and things getting out there. How about partnerships? Have you gotten any people that want to partner with you to help promote, whether it's mental health services or things like that?
I think that's kind of our next step in stages, is that we're really looking for sponsors and to build this out so that we can make more meaningful impact, to the community and, really, in addition to people that we have on, but like have, larger sponsors that we can also, point people to and show that they support mental health in this community as well.
Yeah, I know Vail Health over in Edwards has the big complex going up now to help with some behavioral health,
Much
substance
needed.
abuse, which is going to be so great for the community
Absolutely.
on allowing that opportunity for people to go in and get the help they need.
Absolutely. So that would be, an awesome opportunity to partner, but yeah.
So you talked about events. Any big events that are planned coming up, or?
No, we're still in brainchild phase where we're still ideating and kind of rolling with what we have right now. And I think that it's working as we're kind of growing and finding our audience.
Well, I'm sure with Danielle on board now, TV8 is going to help kind of get behind that. And I know all of us here, that's near and dear to our hearts as well. So we will try to figure out and plan accordingly and then plan with you.
Excellent. Yes,
Great.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being on today. This is such a great topic. And again, something that hits us all directly or indirectly. And it's great to know organizations like you are out there promoting it, talking about it, bringing it to light, and then getting those partners and events and activities that are going to blend us back into what we need to do and get that mental health where it needs to be.
Yes, and I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to Liz Farron, who can't be here today, but she is the brainchild and kind of the mastermind behind the guests and just the ideas of where we're going. And so she's absolutely incredible. And
Liz is incredible. She's got just so much energy and passion behind her.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And she really brings the passion and fire to this podcast. And so, yeah, she deserves the nod.
Right. So not only can you find it on YouTube and Spotify, you can also find it here on TV8 every Saturday and Sunday morning at 9.
Nice.
And I think, as John was saying, it's been fun to see people kind of in a different light, because we've had incredible guests like Chris Romer, who we speak with all the time in his role at VVP, but he was here with adult bullying, which is not a topic we would ordinarily discuss with Chris. So I think it's fun to see people in their different environments here in the Valley.
Yeah, and those topics that we don't often talk about or even think about, it's like, wow, I never really considered that. It just brings it to the forefront and makes us a little more mindful of things that are going on.
Right, absolutely.
So, great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me on the couch today.
Of course.
Don't forget to tune in Saturday and Sunday, see a little bit more about what's going on here, what's going on in the mental health world, and be part of it. Embrace it. Whether you're affected directly or indirectly, you play a very important part of bringing the proper mental health to the Vail Valley. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Morning Vail.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. How many personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here to bring you some great information about how you could take better care of your body, how you can introduce yourself to some powerful local women that we have here in the community. Maybe you can start watching or listening to the chat box, and that way you can be inspired with all of the different realms that they like to cover on the chat box. Now, stay tuned, because right after this is an episode of the chat box.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
From small towns to big cities.